So for my final PowerPoint, I'm going to be discussing a vegan versus omnivore diet by Aaron Young at Lenore Ryan University. So for my introduction, I want to start off by asking what are health benefits of a vegan diet versus an omnivore diet? So there are a lot of health benefits of a vegan diet versus an omnivore diet, but I personally just picked out four that I thought were most important or most interesting. So, for number one, you're more likely to have a healthier weight. And I know weight can be very sensitive and very taboo to talk about. But the reason I mention this one is because with a vegan diet, you're less likely to have a high BMI, which is body mass index, versus when you're on an omnivore diet. Number two, you're less likely to develop type 2 diabetes with a vegan diet. I thought this one was super interesting because type 2 diabetes used to be called adult onset diabetes, but it's no longer called that because within the past several years there has been an increase in diabetes within children. And that is definitely related back to the food that is consumed. Whereas with a vegan diet, if you're eating those whole fruits and vegetables, you're not going to gain as much weight, which leads to type 2 diabetes. Thirdly, you're less likely to experience heart attacks. And the reason why I thought this was super cool is because heart attacks are very common within the United States. And heart attacks are caused from high cholesterol. So, with an omnivore diet, whenever you're eating those really rich red meats, they are very high in saturated fats, which then increases your cholesterol levels. And having high cholesterol levels is not healthy at all. So then with having that high cholesterol, you are then building up the plaque within your arteries, which then the blood flow cannot go properly through your arteries, which then causes a heart attack or even a stroke. But with a vegan diet, there really are no fruits or vegetables or like whole grains that are, that are going to increase your cholesterol, other than maybe coconuts, which you're not going to be consuming every day, not like someone who has an omnivore diet where eating red meats is very prevalent within their diet. Also, you're less likely to develop cancer. And I know cancer can be genetic. However, with a vegan diet, you're eating those whole foods, those whole grains. And there's nothing bad to them. They are very healthy for your body and your body thrives off of that. But with an omnivore diet, you're eating those fast foods, which are overall, we know that they're not healthy. You're also eating animal flesh that is being pumped full of hormones and different chemicals to be produced on time. And because there's such a high demand for animal flesh within our society. And then you were then consuming those chemicals and those hormones, which your body does not know how to react with, which then helps create cancer cells. And it has also been shown that even after having an omnivore diet for many, many years, then switching over to a vegan diet, you can actually and reduce the effects of cancer cells within your body. So continuing with my introduction, I did a study and it was gathering individuals' thoughts on a vegan diet. My dependent variable was individuals that I surveyed. My independent was questions that I asked, and my hypothesis is majority of people will have little knowledge of a vegan diet, yet it is a healthier alternative. And also my type of study was a survey, so it was a cross-sectional study with my methods. So I surveyed and asked 20 random individuals simple yes or no questions. So my first question was, do you know what a vegan diet is? Secondly, are you or have you ever been vegan? Thirdly, do you believe a vegan lifestyle is healthy? And so with that, I have charts. So with my first question was, do you know what a vegan diet is? Only 22% of people said yes to this, and I was definitely super shocked about this. I really thought that more people would understand fully what a vegan diet is, which a vegan diet is eating whole fruits and vegetables and grains, or as I like to say, it's nothing that comes from a mama. So then on with my second question was, are you or have you ever been vegan? I was not surprised by this. Only 12% of people said yes, and 88% of people said no. The reason why I was not surprised about this is because vegan diets are not really accepted by the society that we live in today. We are constantly pressured and told that eating animal flesh is the way to go. It's the only way you're going to be healthy. It's the only way you're going to get protein. But in reality, where do animals get protein from? Animals get protein from plants. So wouldn't it just be healthier to have a vegan diet? Absolutely. So then on with my third question, do you think a vegan diet is a healthy lifestyle? Once again, I was not surprised by this. Only 20% of people said yes, and 80% of people said no. Going off what I said with the other side, people just don't understand what health benefits a vegan diet really does have. And I think that if more people understood what a vegan diet is, they would stop eating an omnivore diet. They would immediately go over to a vegan diet because there are so many health benefits. And it can reduce so many health risks for you on a vegan diet versus an omnivore diet. So, lastly, for my discussion, from my hypothesis, I was proven correct. I was trying to figure out, do people actually have a knowledge of a vegan diet? Do they understand that's a healthier alternative? And the answer is no. People are not educated on a vegan diet. So next time, or if I decide to continue this research, I would like to survey more people. I did a pretty small survey, but I would like to survey maybe 2 or even 500 people to see what their answers would be to the questions that I have. I would also like to go in a larger city, like even Charlotte, and not just keep it in the Hickory area. Because I feel like cities that have, more restaurants and more places to get different types of foods, they're more acceptable of a vegan diet. So there should be more knowledge and more acceptance, and even more people that are vegan. And lastly, question that I would like to leave off with is, what if schools help to implement vegan diets? There's very little knowledge of vegan diets within our society, and there's not a lot of acceptance with it. But in school, you're constantly shown the My Plate. And within the My Plate, you are shown that you have to have healthy proteins and dairy. And dairy you do not consume within a vegan diet, and we have been proven, or has been proven, that a vegan diet is healthier. So why do we need dairy? We do not. Also, on the My Plate, it lists healthy proteins that you should consume, like cold cuts and red meat and poultry and fish and different things like that. But for vegan or even vegetarian diets, but for this case, vegan options, they only list beans. But what kinds of beans? What about leafy vegetables that are high in protein? What about nuts that are high in protein? They don't list anything like that because society tells us that, you can only eat animal meat to get protein. So I definitely think that if schools started to implement and try to kind of support a vegan diet, we would definitely see that our country would become a whole lot healthier, and there would definitely be a massive decrease in the health issues that we see today. And that is all that I have for today. And then this is my works cited. Thank you.